The cabinet door groans open. You reach for the coffee mug, the one you use every morning, but your hand brushes against a precarious stack of mismatched saucers. A small avalanche begins in slow motion, a chipped plate, a souvenir glass from a long-ago vacation, a plastic container without a lid. They clatter onto the counter, a sound that has become far too familiar in the silence of the house. You close the drawer next, but it immediately pops back open, defeated by a lifetime of accumulated utensils. This isn't just a moment of annoyance. It's a low-grade hum of frustration that follows you throughout the day, a constant, quiet reminder that the heart of your home feels heavy, stagnant. It's the physical proof of a question you've been avoiding. Are you still in control here? That small, daily struggle is more than just clutter. It's a warning sign, and deep down, you know it. This kitchen, once a source of pride and nourishment, is starting to feel like an opponent in a battle you never asked to fight. Then comes the moment that shifts frustration into fear. You're reaching for the heavy roasting pan on the top shelf, the one you've used for every holiday meal for 40 years. Your shoulder strains, your balance wavers for just a second, and you feel a sharp jolt of vulnerability. It's a near miss. In that split second, the truth becomes undeniable. This isn't about tidiness. This is about safety. It's about protecting your ability to live in your own home, on your own terms. Every crowded counter becomes a potential hazard, every overstuffed cabinet a quiet liability. This is the silent evidence that family members might see, the reason for their gentle concern to turn into something more. But this is not a story of defeat. It's a critical turning point, because taking back control of this space is the most powerful way to protect your independence and prove, first and foremost to yourself, that you are still the master of your own domain. Every object in this kitchen tells a story, and that is the heart of the problem. That chipped coffee mug isn't just a piece of ceramic. It's the memory of a quiet Saturday morning with your husband years ago, the steam rising between you. The jumble of plastic containers isn't just clutter. It's the ghost of 1,000 family dinners, of sending leftovers home with your children when they were just starting out. To let them go feels like a betrayal. It feels like tearing a page out of your own life story. The guilt is a quiet, heavy blanket. A voice whispers that it's wasteful, that these were good things, bought with hard-earned money. It's the voice of a younger you, the one who managed a household, a budget, a family. Letting go of the item feels like letting go of her, too, admitting that the person who needed 3 different casserole dishes for potlucks and bake sales no longer lives here. The paralysis isn't about the stuff. It's about the fear of erasing the evidence of a life well lived. This internal battle is waged in silence because the alternative is to admit you might need help. And that admission feels like the first crack in the dam of your independence. You see the look in your children's eyes when they visit, that flicker of gentle concern as they watch you reach for something on a high shelf. You know what that look means. It's the prelude to conversations you are not ready to have about managing and options and safety. Every overstuffed drawer you wrestle shut, every precarious stack of plates you ignore becomes another piece of evidence they could use to argue their case. The fear of appearing weak is a powerful censor. It stops you from asking for help to move a heavy box so the box stays. It prevents you from saying, "This is too much," so the too much continues to grow. This kitchen has become a secret you keep, a silent testament to a struggle you refuse to concede, because losing this battle feels like losing control over your own future. Ultimately, the state of your home is not a reflection of your past, but a map of your postponed decisions. Each item that doesn't serve you today represents a choice that was deferred, a question left unanswered. What do I do with my husband's favorite skillet? Where will I ever use this fancy china again? Should I keep these things for the grandchildren? These questions were too heavy to face in the moment, so the objects were put back in the cabinet, and the decision was pushed into a future that never arrived. Now, the sheer volume of those deferred choices has become an oppressive physical presence. The house is no longer a container for your life. It's a museum to a life that has already been lived. It is full of artifacts from yesterday, leaving no room for the possibilities of tomorrow. The real clutter isn't on the counters. It's the emotional weight of unresolved questions and the realization that to clear the space, you must finally provide the answers. The moment arrives not with a crash, but with a silent, heart-stopping wobble. Reaching for the heavy roasting pan on the top shelf, the one that holds the ghost of every Thanksgiving dinner, your grip falters for a fraction of a second. The cast iron shifts, your body tenses, your breath catches, and you plant your feet just in time to avoid a fall. In the ringing silence that follows, the adrenaline leaves a cold, clear truth in its wake. This is how it happens. Not a slow decline, but a single, preventable accident. One slip, one broken bone, one phone call that would change everything. In that instant, the gentle, concerned faces of your children flash in your mind. You see their worry turning into decisions made for you. The clutter is no longer a nuisance. It's a co-conspirator in a future you refuse to accept. The question finally lands, heavy and undeniable. If you don't solve this now, while it's still your choice to make, when will it be too late? That single shaky moment becomes the catalyst. The paralysis breaks, not with a surge of energy, but with a quiet, steely resolve. You look around the kitchen, but you see it differently now. The stacks of sentimental china are no longer just memories. They are visual noise and a physical liability. The overflowing utensil drawer isn't a sign of a well-lived life. It's a daily source of friction that chips away at your peace. The decision solidifies. This is not about a massive, exhausting overhaul. This is a strategic mission. It's time for a kitchen independence audit. From this moment forward, every single object must answer one non-negotiable question, the today test. Does this item serve the strong, capable person you are today? Does it make your life safer, simpler, and lighter now? This isn't about erasing your past. It is the most powerful, deliberate act you can take to protect your future. And it starts with the 13 specific liabilities we are about to address. Our audit begins with liability number 1, the heavy cast iron pans you no longer lift with ease. We hold on to them out of a sense of tradition, remembering the meals they helped create. But this is not about nostalgia, it's about a direct physical liability. This pan is a threat to your wrists, your shoulders, and your back. Each time you hoist that weight from a low cabinet or a high shelf, you are gambling with a sudden strain, a pulled muscle that could take weeks to heal. An injury like that is not a minor inconvenience. It is a direct compromise to your ability to cook for yourself, turning a simple daily act into a painful or even impossible task. It's precisely the kind of incident that invites that gentle concern we are working to prevent. Letting it go is not an act of loss. It is a strategic decision to protect your body. You free yourself from that daily risk and make prime cabinet space for lighter, modern cookware that serves the strong, capable person you are today. This is your first victory. Liability number 2 is more insidious because it hides in plain sight, chipped and cracked dishes and mugs. They're often dismissed as still usable, a sign of frugality, but their liability is twofold. First is the clear physical risk. Hairline cracks can harbor bacteria that even a thorough washing can't eliminate, and a sharp chipped edge is an unnecessary hazard for your hands and mouth. But the second risk is psychological. Using damaged items every single day sends a subtle, corrosive message to your subconscious that you are not worthy of whole, complete things. It normalizes a state of disrepair in your immediate environment. Ignoring this allows a low level of physical risk and a quiet erosion of self-respect to become your daily standard. Independence is built on a foundation of proactive self-care and dignity. Removing these items is an immediate upgrade to both your safety and your spirit. It is a quiet but firm declaration that your well-being matters right down to the cup you drink from. We now shift from immediate physical hazards to a primary source of mental drain. Liability number 3, the avalanche of mismatched plastic containers. Every time you open that cabinet, you are confronted with chaos, a jumble of lids and bottoms that never seem to pair, tumbling out onto the counter. This isn't just a mess, it is a significant source of decision fatigue. The seconds you spend searching, the frustration when a drawer refuses to close, the mental energy wasted on such a trivial task, it all adds up. This visual noise actively drains your cognitive resources, energy you need for more important things throughout your day. Allowing this chaos to persist means starting every meal preparation with a small dose of stress and a feeling of being disorganized. It's a constant low-grade battle that subtly undermines your sense of control and competence in your own kitchen. The solution is decisive. Keep only a few complete sets that nest perfectly. The immediate reward is a cabinet that breathes and a drawer that closes with a satisfying, quiet click. That sound is the sound of order restored. Liability number 4 often occupies your most valuable real estate. Heavy, unused small appliances. This is the bread maker from a decade ago, the bulky stand mixer you can no longer comfortably lift, the deep fryer gathering dust under the counter. These items are anchors. They are physical obstacles you must navigate around to get to the things you actually use, creating unnecessary strain and awkward reaching. An old, unused appliance can even pose a fire hazard if its cord is degrading over time. But the most significant risk is the opportunity cost, the loss of clear, accessible counter space that is critical for safe and efficient meal prep. Keeping them means your kitchen is still designed for a life you no longer live, forcing you to work harder and less safely in the present. It turns your prime workspace into a museum of past hobbies. By applying the today test and letting them go, you reclaim your territory. You create a clear, functional zone where everything you need is within easy, safe reach, engineered for the life you are living right now. We have cleared the obvious liabilities, the physical threats, but now we arrive at the heart of the resistance. Liability number 5. The ghost of guilt. This is the set of fine china you haven't used in 15 years, but you keep it because it was a wedding gift. It's your late husband's favorite skillet, which is now too heavy for you to use. These objects are no longer tools, they are shrines. Letting them go feels like a betrayal, not just to the person who gave them to you, but to the person you once were. The guilt whispers that you are being wasteful, ungrateful, that you are erasing a part of your own story. But your story is not written on a plate. It is written in your heart. Keeping these artifacts out of obligation turns your home into a museum, forcing you to live around exhibits of a past life instead of designing a space for the vibrant life you deserve to live today. Protecting your future sometimes means releasing the physical anchors of your past. Following guilt is its close companion, liability number 6, the fear of emptiness. You look at the space you've created on a shelf, and a cold panic can set in. That empty space feels loud. It echoes with the absence of what was once there, the family gatherings, the bustling holidays, the life that required 3 different serving platters. The clutter, for all its frustration, was a buffer against this silence. It was physical proof of a full, necessary life. To clear it away can feel like admitting that life is over, that your role has diminished. But this is a profound misunderstanding of what space truly is. That emptiness is not a void, it is potential. It is breathing room for your mind. It is clarity. Clutter is the past demanding all of your attention, leaving no room for the present. The fear of emptiness is the fear that you have nothing left to fill it with. But the truth is, you are clearing the stage for the next act of your life, and it deserves a clean, uncluttered set. This brings us to the most critical confrontation. Liability number 7, a postponed future. Every item kept just in case for a future that no longer aligns with your reality is a vote against the future you can actually have. The dozens of canning jars for a garden you no longer tend, the specialty baking pans for elaborate recipes you no longer make. These are not assets. They are a monument to a deferred life. They keep you tethered to a version of yourself that required more, managed more, and perhaps struggled more. The Today Test is the tool that breaks this cycle. It is a declaration of presence. It insists that your energy, your space, and your safety are dedicated to the woman you are right now. Letting go of these items is not an act of resignation. It is the ultimate act of agency. You are not losing a piece of your past. You are actively, deliberately, and powerfully choosing your future. You are choosing a future of lightness, of ease, and of unshakable independence. The first morning in the reclaimed kitchen feels different. The silence is no longer heavy. It's serene. As you walk to the counter, your path is clear. Your movements are fluid, unhindered by the obstacles that were once part of the landscape. Reaching for your favorite mug is now a single, direct motion. The cabinet door swings open without a chorus of precariously stacked china protesting its movement. You see only what you need, and each item has room to breathe. This isn't emptiness, this is order. The ghosts of the past are not in the things you let go of. You realize now they were in the chaos, the frustration, the low-grade anxiety. That was the noise that drowned out the peace. Now, as the water heats for your tea, the only sound is the quiet hum of a home that is working with you, not against you. You haven't erased your history. You have simply archived it in its proper place, your heart, and cleared the stage for the life you are living today. You are no longer just the keeper of memories. You are the architect of your own present. With this newfound clarity, a deeper transformation takes root. The quiet fear of your children's gentle concern has lost its power. You look at your hands, not as hands that are growing older, but as hands that have just re-engineered a critical part of your world for strength and safety. This kitchen is no longer a potential exhibit for their arguments about your capability. It is now your fortress, a testament to your foresight and resolve. You are not a person in decline, passively waiting for decisions to be made for you. You are a strategist who has audited her environment, identified every liability, and acted with precision to secure her own future. Each drawer that glides shut, each clear countertop, is a declaration of your agency. You have not surrendered to a smaller life. You have deliberately chosen a lighter, more focused one. This act of letting go was not about loss. It was about proving to the most important person, yourself, that you are and will remain the undisputed master of your own domain, ready and equipped for the next chapter. This new chapter doesn't begin with a grand announcement, but with the quiet confidence of a simple morning. The next time your children visit, they won't find a problem to solve. They will find a space that radiates competence. As you effortlessly prepare coffee on a clear counter, they will see not an aging parent who needs managing, but a capable individual who has taken decisive action. The conversation will shift. The gentle concern in their eyes will be replaced by genuine respect. They won't ask if you need help. They will admire the efficiency you've created. This kitchen is no longer a source of unspoken worry for them or a secret burden for you. It is a powerful, silent declaration that you are not just managing, you are thriving. You have preemptively answered their unasked questions, not with words, but with the undeniable evidence of a home engineered for independence. This space now speaks for you, and it says, I am in control. This transformation extends far beyond the four walls of the kitchen. That room was the training ground, the place where you proved to yourself that you could untangle the past from the present. Now you look at the rest of your home with new eyes. The overflowing bookshelves in the living room, the crowded closets in the bedroom, they are no longer overwhelming monuments to a life already lived. They are simply the next logical steps in your mission to create a home that serves you today and tomorrow. The method is no longer a mystery, and the fear is gone. You now possess the blueprint for liberation. Each room you reclaim is another layer of weight lifted, another pocket of freedom created. Your house ceases to be a heavy archive you are obligated to maintain and becomes what it was always meant to be, a light, supportive, and energizing sanctuary for the life you are actively choosing to live. The most profound change, however, is internal. The mental energy that was once consumed by low-grade frustration, the daily battle with stuck drawers and cluttered surfaces, is now free. This newfound cognitive space is a gift. It's the energy to finally start that watercolor class you've been thinking about. The clarity to enjoy a long phone call with a friend without feeling the pull of a dozen undone tasks. The peace to simply sit with a book and a cup of tea, fully present in the moment. You begin to realize that the physical clutter was creating mental static, a constant background noise that robbed you of focus and joy. By clearing your environment, you have decluttered your mind. You are no longer just reacting to the chaos around you. You are proactively designing your days with intention, lightness, and a renewed sense of purpose. This is the true dividend of your work, not just a tidy home, but a clearer, more spacious mind. Your independence is built in small decisions like these. This journey was never about simply getting rid of old pots and pans. It was about confronting the hard questions and choosing yourself. It was an act of claiming your future. If you want to continue protecting your autonomy and designing a life of clarity and control, subscribe. This channel is a dedicated resource for people who, like you, choose to remain the powerful and capable architects of their own lives after 60. We are not winding down. We are strategically lightening the load for the journey ahead, and we believe the most important chapters are still waiting to be written. Your subscription is more than a click. It's a commitment to that belief, ensuring you have a partner in building a future defined not by the weight of the past, but by the freedom you create for yourself today. And so your home becomes a reflection, not of who you were, but of the person you are choosing to be every single day. It is a space that breathes, that supports, that allows for growth. The objects that remain are not ghosts of yesterday. They are the carefully chosen tools for a vibrant tomorrow. You have learned the most important lesson, that letting go is not an act of loss, but an act of profound self-respect. It is the ultimate declaration that your peace, your safety, and your dignity are non-negotiable. You walk through your home not as a curator of a museum, but as the master of your domain, with a clear path ahead. The story of your life is not over. You have simply turned the page, and in the clean, open space you've created, you have given yourself the most precious gift of all, a blank slate on which to write the rest of it.